Hey guys, and welcome to this quality game. It's called Disturbed, and getting in the spirit of Halloween, I suppose we should play this. So let's start it right out. Another dull day passes as you struggle to manage your failing farm. Your crops are beginning to wilt, and your crow is sick. For some time, the lands have been very quiet. The air has grown thick and foul. Each passing day you feel more uncertain if things will ever return how they were before. Perhaps it is up to you. You've made up your mind. You're gonna go do something about it. I just had the words there that weren't there. You stand in front of your humble home, pondering what you should do next. Let's go to the crops, yo, because they're kind of shit, right? A path divides the crops you have labored so hard to prosper these past months. A penetrating odor reminds you that your plants are decaying away and time is running short. Well, let's go to the house. Ponder what we should do next. Let's go in the home. Entering your home, you feel a subtle uneasiness, as if the growing blight outside has penetrated the walls of your safe haven. From what you see, however, everything is the same as you left it. Perhaps this may be a good time to just lay in bed and wish your problems will just go away. You fight the notion, but the temptation is still there. We're not going to bed. No. Open the chest. You open the chest and find nothing more than a pile of papers. It seems you have less valuables than you anticipated. You close the chest. Read journal. Dear journal, another usual day at the farm. The crops are growing with good health. Bethany is doing quite well. Never disappointed with the milk she provides. If things continue to go well, I may be able to invest in more animals. A farmer can only be so social with a cow. ... Dear journal, today is an unfortunate day. Somebody broke into my shed and stole some things. I usually don't mind if someone steals a bite to eat from the garden, but to take my equipment, well, I put a lock on the door and hit the key. Nobody will ever get my stuff again. Dear journal, I woke up tonight with a foul smell I have never come across before. I took a step outside to see what I could find, but I found nothing. After searching the farm, however, whatever it is, it must be bad. I should maybe make a trip to the city and see what this is about. Well, we're not laying in bed, that's for sure. So let's just go back outside. Let's check the pen. Is apparently oh shit. You attempt to open the shed door, but it won't budge. You remember locking it some time ago, but you can't remember what you do with the key. Crops. Let's follow the path. Go to the pen. Well, a toxic fume burns your nose as you enter the pen. A poor cow lays lifeless on the ground. As the growing blight slowly begins to consume her body, you feel sick to your stomach. As you stand there, especially as you stare at the black mushrooms that dot the ground. Inspect the water. You inspect the water, looking for anything abnormal. You notice that the water has a dark consistency to it. Dropping a stone into it, black particles from the bottom swirl around like a thunderstorm. Your face shrivels in disgust. Grab a mushroom. You kneel down and grab a mushroom. As you begin to rip it from the ground, a cloud of spores spray from the mushroom. Your hands begin to burn and melt as you observe them. Slowly, your body shrivels up into darkness, moist consistency as the poison spreads. You die. Eventually, after crawling about on the ground, your adventure ends here. Well, fuck yeah. That's the end of the game. Well, we got an achievement. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not going to check the pen. Let's follow the path this time around. You continue down the trail for a while until you see a cave off in the distance. You pause, questioning if there could be something helpful in there. Yeah, I'm going to check the cave. Curiosity is good, right? There's a faint whistle from the wind passing between the rocks. The temperature significantly cools as you enter the cave. You notice that there is a different smell, but you welcome it, comparing it to the deadly blight found outside. Further into the cave. Before you take your next step, a large bear emerges from the darkness. You realize that you have made a terrible mistake, even thinking that something helpful could be in here. Let's fight the fucking bear. You scan the ground and notice there are numerous rocks. Oh my god, I can't even talk. Numerous rocks you can grab to throw at the bear. You begin to do so as the bear approaches you. One after the other, you throw the rocks as hard as you can. The bear charges you as you bend over to grab another rock. Tackling you to the ground, bear bites into your neck, your body quickly goes limp, and you die. Your adventure ends here. Well, another achievement. Continue down the path. You come to a stop and you stumble across a broken wagon. Inspect the wagon. You look about the mess and find bits of food and clothes scattered about the scene. You notice the key in the ground during your search. You pick up the key and continue on your way. After what felt like an hour or two, you reach a bridge. Nearby the path is a small shack, similar to the house you have on the farm. The man that lives there is a kind fellow, from what you recall. Maybe he is home. Inspect the shack. You walk towards the structure and knock on the door. You scratch the back of your head, figuring out that the person that lives there is currently occupied, if not elsewhere. You remember picking up a key from the wagon, and you use it on the door. The door unlocks. You decide to help yourself in. Observing the empty room, you realize that there's something terrible must have taken place here. The room is a wreck, just like the wagon. You are overcome with fear as what you think of a man. Oh fuck, I can't even. You're overcome with fear as you think of the man that used to dwell here. That's weird. Inspect the book on the table. Well, you pick up the book and start to flip through the pages. You discover that this is a journal. Reading a passage or two can't hurt. Today's trading went smoothly, thank goodness. What I am thrilled most about, however, is one of my buddies mentioned to me that's the conclusion of our day, apparently. Apparently? That's not right. There is a good pond nearby that has some biggest fish in the region. With a good catch, I can make enough money to move forward. Well, I can make enough to move things forward. I was caught off guard when he mentioned that nobody has been able to catch any from there. I guess your typical fishing rod won't do the trick. But what can be done about it then? Something to be intrigued about, I suppose. These past couple weeks have been really rough for me. My trading business has gone under, and I've lost nearly everything I own. This has pushed me to extremes, but I can't be helped now. I'm leaving this place forever, never to return. The land is dying, and there's nothing but darkness here. Anyone reading this should leave while they can. You can't find a name to give this man, but regardless of the name, you get chills running down your spine. Let's open the trapdoor. You observe the trapdoor and notice the lock keeps it closed. With the key, you unlock the hatch and get it open. Without thinking, you travel downwards. Okay, what? This is fucked up. Walking down the steps leading below, the air attacks your body with a piercing cold. You notice immediately there is a woman chained to the wall. She doesn't seem to notice you as you study her. You feel darkness surrounding you as you stay in this awful place. Talk to the woman. You tremble as you try to form words in your mouth. You there, let me out. The pressure of such a demand makes you freeze. You take a moment to think about the situation before you respond. What got you locked up to begin with? You'd never believe me, even if I told you the truth. Something brought you here. Please, have mercy on me. Fuck yeah, we're gonna be, fuck. I cut off a fuck out for here. You approach the woman and unlock the shackles that bind her. As her arms free, she moans in pain. Oh, thank you so much. The woman struggles to regain her strength, but starts to stand up on her own. As she gets up, she turns towards you. I will now do you a favor. Excuse me? What seems to be a face of a helpless woman disappears as the horrible image manifests itself before you. You feel the chilling grip of bone hands lock into your arm. Energy flees your body as you fall to your knees. You feel the essence of your life slip away as everything goes black. It is unfortunate that your journey ends here. Well, at least we got achievement. Cause fuck, this is like the goddamn third time we died? Damn. Well, when I die again, I'll do it. Whatever. After all that has happened, you feel like you should take a moment to rest. You find a spot underneath the tree, sit down, getting comfortable. You tilt your head back against the tree and gaze at the sky. Let's take a fucking nap, dude. You close your eyes and your body relaxes. You fall asleep within seconds. As your mind wanders, you see a blurry image. Details emerge as you gaze. You wonder who this might be. A bad feeling then overcomes you. You realize who this is. You try to wake yourself up. You wake up and jump to your feet, looking at yourself and your surroundings. All seem well. You can't help but feel fearful that something bad will happen to you if you stay here. Moving forward seems like the only logical option right now. You reach a point where the trail splits into two paths. Which way will you go? Let's save. Or not. Oh, I can't. Okay. Return. Left. Let's go left. I am left-handed though. After continuing down the path for some time, you come to a stop. You notice that there is some sort of trail that leads through the grass up towards a nearby hill. If you had not stopped, you probably would have never noticed. Which way do you go? Fuck. Which one? Down the path or follow the trail? Let's follow the trail, why not? A sword! Following the subtle trail in the grass, you stumble upon what looks like a grave. Inspect the grave. You approach the grave and you look at the sword with intrigue. Before you can touch the sword, a ghostly figure appears before you. You freeze before the apparition. The sword, may I have it? Huh. The blade is cursed! I am bound here by the pain of my past. Fuck. I don't know if I can do that. If you desire this sword, free me from it. You slowly motion for the sword. Fool! Only something of pure essence can free me. A rare hope. Like, fuck, I can't do it. Like a flower found in the darkness. Okay, fine. I'll back away. You listen to the specter and leave the sword. Fuck. Don't I want to die? Wait. No, I want to die. Because I'll get another achievement, probably. Inspect the grave. Looking at sword. Fine. Continue on. You pause to see that there is a lake nearby. The trail continues on. Inspect thy lake. You step near the lake and look down into it. Resting in the water is an orb of some sort, sitting at the bottom of the lake. There's something strange about it, as if it were calling out to you. Fucking dive in, yo. You close your eyes and jump into the lake. You open your eyes and see the stone sitting before you. You start to make your way towards... Whoa! That's a big fucking fish, dog. A large fish comes into view. It quickly notices you with its mouth stretched open. You try to leave for the surface, but the fish catches up to you. You quickly find yourself helpless before the creature. You close your eyes, the fish rips your body apart with his teeth. You die a very painful death. Your adventure ends here. Oh, shit. Continue down the path. Continue on. Oh, God. Okay. Walking over the hills of grass and grain, you reach the walls of Aramor. Several times a year, you come here to trade goods from the farm. You discover that the plague is spread to your farm, but also spread all the way here. The path before you is overrun with blight. Continue across. You've come a long way and you don't desire to turn back now. You march forward into the tainted soil. Before you can realize what happened, you sink completely under the You sink completely under the ill soil. Darkness consumes you and your lungs struggle for air. Your body burns in pain as you suffocate and die. Your adventure ends here. Fuck me. You reach the end of the pathway. In the distance is a tower looking over an area. A gate secures the passage to an area with a wall around the property. Also, is of interest is a tree with a hole carved into it. Inspect the tree. Excuse me. You approach the tree and notice that the hole is big enough to fit your hand in it. I feel like we're gonna die here. You look and see something shining in the hole as if it were metal. Feeling around with your hand, you find 3 knobs. One on the right, one on the center, one in the middle, one on the left. Press the knobs. that. There we go. You hear the rumbling of rocks as the ground starts to shift underneath you. Everything goes dark, you sink below the surface, the hole above you seals up, trapping you underground. You find yourself with no evident way of getting out, but the path before you into the darkness. Your only choice is to move forward. We have a split path, let's fucking save. No, I meant to hard save, you dick. There we go. Always left here's before you as a gaze pierces the darkness. Before you can do anything, tentacles burst from the ground and grip your body. Pulls you about, but you resist as much as you can. Not sure what you can do, you continue the rest until you think of something. Your body begins to grow weak as your strength burns away. You suddenly feel yourself being pulled to the ground. You're dragged about like a rag doll. Wow. Fuck. Again. As you make your way forward, you discover a large cavern. An old-looking ship rests against the edge of the lake, with debris scattered about the surrounding area. Inspect this ship. You cautiously walk down towards the ship. The air is chilling, as you fear it won't be a good idea to stay too long. The possibility of discovering something that can help you drives you to explore, though. As you climb aboard the ship, you take a moment to observe your surroundings. You are only welcomed by a trickle of water brushing against the wood of the ship. You move about to see where you can go. Every footstep you feel feels heavy as you hear the sound of wood creaking under your feet. You feel this ship has been here for quite some time. You explore under the deck of the ship. Nothing but the sound of your footsteps bounce about the structure of the ship. From one room to another, you come to discover a kitchen. Although there is nothing unique about it, you feel you should take a moment to inspect it. Inspect thy drawers. You pull one out after another, finding they have been emptied, dust spread about the air as you disturb their rest. Checking underneath, you discover a rusty knife resting on the floor. You find that there is plenty of hardened rat droppings dotting the edge of the wall. You take the knife, hoping you may defend yourself with it. Inspect the oven. You see a lone pot resting on the dusty stovepipe top. You gaze downwards and open the oven door. Nothing but ash filled the oven chamber. You close the oven door. Move on. You continue your lonely tour at the ship, only to find that there is nothing useful or value. You make your way back to the deck and decide to continue your search. Again, you find nothing much but empty rooms left to remain in the dark solitude. You discover a door with fancy markings without woodwork. Perhaps it's where the captain resided? Let's save. This sounds sketch. Return. Oh. You discover that the room of the captain, unlike the other parts of the ship, everything seems to be left alone in this room. Before you rests an old wooden desk with papers and assumed belongings of the captain. There was a small bed off near the corner of the room and some chairs in the other. You have a feeling deep down you shouldn't take anything other than the lamp and the other objects. There's a small stack of papers in contrast to a lone paper resting by itself. Approaching the desk, you begin to inspect the papers resting on the desk. Loan document. Notice to the crew. Due to our unexpected predicament, everyone is being split up into groups of 2 and 3. Scouting assignments will be given until we have more habitable place to settle. For now, we must do what we can. Stack of papers. Peering about the pages of this collective pile of documents, you realize that most of these are personal notes or journal entries. You pick a few and begin to read. Day 7, the voyage has gone quite smooth. As we begin our second week away from home, the spirits of the men are high, as we anticipate the discovery of new lands that lie beyond their documented knowledge. This may be my dream to accomplish something world-changing. Together we move forward with full hearts and unbreaking spirits. Day 66. It has been just over 2 months out at sea, and we have yet to discover anything new. We have suffered through many storms, and sickness has been plaguing the ship recently. Several of my favorite crew have passed on to the next life. I see the growing doubt in the eyes of my fellow laborers. As our voyage continues day after day, food rations have been cut in half, and fears that we may have to turn back. I dare not let myself think of failure. Those men have lost their lives, the sacrifices to make this voyage possible, I cannot let them be in vain. Day 91 has come to roughly 3 months out here in the endless blue. With much pain, we have turned around. Yes, we are headed for home port. We have just enough food to make it back. I hope we have a smooth journey back. The spirits of our crew are low and bitter due to our failure. I do not let myself get caught up in thinking of it. Surely we did not intend for this to happen. Alright. Leave. See, there's a little left. You take. You left to see. You take your leave. The wood under your feet clackle as you exit the vessel. You make your oh god, I can't even talk. God damn. You make your way back to where the tunnel divides. You remember the knife you have found and struggle to bring it out. With success, you hold the knife and begin to cut away the appendages that bind you. The room vibrates as you do cut. The creature immediately leaves you alone. It takes you a moment to catch your breath. You come to a divide. Which way do you go? I wanted a fucking save. Okay, go left, whatever. You continue down your way into the darkness. Let me come to the fucking... Damn it. Okay, I guess we go right then. Let me save, though. Save. I want to save a lot, because I don't want to, like, redo, like, whole sections. We're going right this time, I believe, right? Yeah, oh! What is that? I don't know. Okay. The path you walk comes to an end. Before you shines a pillar of light. The light rests on a corpse that seems to have been here for quite some time. Near a corpse stands a lone flower. For some reason, you feel hope into your heart. You gaze upon the flower. Surely this flower will ease the pain of the specter. You approach the flower and carefully pluck it from thy ground. There is something special about this flower. The light continues to pierce the darkness from an opening above. Surely this gives you some hope, but that not all is lost. See, there's nothing else for you to hear. You turn around. You come to the divide. Which way do you go? We go left, right? Wait, how do I get out of here? I have no idea. Fuck. Yeah, fuck me. Right. You struggle forward as the way before you becomes completely dark. You notice that there is a light off in the distance, and you continue to make your way towards it. Eventually you make it into some sort of concrete room. Turning around, you see a hole in the wall where you came from. Your guess is that wasn't part of the initial design. You turn around to see a door. There being little to nothing in the room, you decide to move on through the doorway. You find yourself in what looks like a basement. You turn around. You turn about to discover that each direction there's a door. Boxes of supplies, debris litter the floor, corners around the room. Okay, let's save right here. Yeah. You notice there's several markings on the door and the floor, some of which scare you. You have a bad feeling about this place. Inspect the supplies. You walk about the room, browsing through the dust cover storage. You find some rope in one of the boxes. It feels strong to the touch and has minimal wear, so you decide to take the rope. Let's start with the left. Oh fuck, I was just here, god damn it. Okay. Nothing of value. There's blood there, dude. What the fuck? You walk up the steps. You enter a large room. The air is polluted with dust and spiderwebs covered the wall and ceiling. Where should you go now? Oh, there's so many fucking... Alright, so we're back here. I wanted to save, though. Hold up. There we go. Let's check the middle door first. You enter the room full of metal cage. Before you is a hallway marked with questionable markings. You don't like the feeling you have about this place. Whatever was in these cages surely did not like being locked up. You notice that there's an animal in the cage on the left of the room. But in the dark, stains of the floor, it's dead, fuck. You cautiously walk up the hallway, entering the room with 2 cell doors. Before you can do anything, a large hand leaps in front of you. The beast doesn't look very vicious, but one wrong move can surely be the end of you. You pull out the sword immediately. The hound gets aggressive. Before you can prepare yourself, the dog leaps before you. You strike the beast but fail to deliver a fatal blow. That's, oh wow. Whatever. You don't survive long and die a painful death. I'm not gonna like totally shit on the grammar of this because I do know this game is translated from Russian, so I expected there to be a lot of errors. All right, we can load up. Which one though? 49, right? So middle, not a viable option. Let's go to the right. You enter a small room. There's a large cauldron in the middle of the, in the center of the room, with the wood resting beneath. There is nothing on the shelves, as if someone cleaned this place out. You look into the pot but find nothing in it. With nothing else to see, you exit thy room. Well, behind you is the way we have to go. Okay. Let's check the far door, shall we? Yeah, oh, it looks like spider webs and shit. The door struggles to move, but you enter in what appears to be a spider's den. They are thick, and the room is a mess of web and body parts. You notice that there's a couple items in the room which could be useful. If nothing else, there's a key in the ground which will no doubt need. Oh fuck. Before you can even act, the large spider falls from above. You have no choice. No doubt that it is hungry. Without hesitation, the spider attacks you. You pull out your sword and stab the spider as it lunges at you. Over and over, you stab the monster. Each time it squeals in pain. The spider flees into the darkness overhead. You hear it motioning about, possibly to strike again. You notice the key in the ground close by your feet. Before more trouble happens, you grab the key and make it for the door. I need the achievement to die by the spider. Fuck. Whatever. I'll get this some other time. You discover what looks like a private library. There is a passageway before you with bookcases on the left and right. I think it's best that we save, actually. Browse the books. You take a moment to look at the books. Something to catch your eye. Rituals of the Ancients. You flip around until something grabs your attention. Pillars of stone. Years before current time, there was a unique religious practices that revolved around the Stonehenge. It is said that these stones are lined up in a special way and often organized in a particular pattern. Organizing stones is this way to unlock an ancient power researchers have still trouble understanding. In the middle of the circle would be a stone or two for the keystone, the rest on it. There's a great mystery in the ancient practice. From ancient records, it's written that the energies from surrounding stone channels their power to the keystone. You stop reading because the next page has been torn out. Deception by music. There's a bent page mark in a section of the book. You turn to it. The art of charming is not necessarily limited to the music, but how the musician goes about playing given instrument. There are definitely easier ways to use than other, and for the skills such as this, there are a few instruments recommended. The harp is one of these recommended instruments. From vicious dogs to shy unicorns, the soothing voice of a harp can calm the troubled heart. Of course, not all creatures can fall for this simple trick, but it can mean the difference between life and death in such situations. Forgotten Power. Flipping through the pages, there's one particular that has ink markings all over it. Raw energy is a powerful substance not to be trifled with. It is merely myth that such energies exist. One did not simply stumble into a pillar of godly power. Even if such a fate is yours, bare hands cannot contain the force. It must be bent and channeled into a specially crafted vessel to carry it. There have been accounts across time of individuals possessing such power. Although they can pass away as sand, their relics of power remain as powerful artifacts that nations around the world would fight for. Leave. So, move forward. You walk up the stairs, you pause to notice the stone carving of a person praying that is attached to the wall. There is something odd about it. You can't put your finger on it. With caution, you continue up the stairs. You enter a strange room with a large globe centered around the room. About the room, there are windows that let light shine through. You notice that there is a chest resting against the wall to the right. You also notice that there is another passageway like the previous room. Inspect the chest. Approaching the chest, you notice there's a lock fastened to it with the key. Finally, you try to do the lock looks loose. You open the chest. Fucking harp. Let's save right here because it's a good thing. Save our harp. Now I can tame the dog and the horsey. Take the harp and close the chest. Inspect the globe. You study the globe attached to the floor. The craft is made of metal and there is fine detail in the grooves. There are various markings and names scattered across the globe. It takes you a moment, but you find the marking where you are. Aramor. You notice that there is some hand drawing markings within the area made with black ink. There must be something close as interested the author of these markings. To add the mystery, there are similar markings on other areas around the globe. Continue forward. You climb the stairs to find a wall ending your path. Above the end path, there is a hatch. Open the hatch, you pull yourself up. You have made it to the top of the tower. Before you is a stone of power resting upon the altar of rock. Dark vines have entangled the structure as if they were feeding off the energy of the stone. Your body begins to tremble. You stand before the stone. You definitely feel weaker being up here, as if the stone is sapping away your energy. Destroy the stone. You grasp the sword with a firm grip and swing with your might to destroy the stone. This sword explodes into pieces as light bursts from the stone. You tremble in shock, and the stone begins to feed off your fear. You can feel your life slipping away as you fall to the ground. Everything goes black. Yeah, we got the achievement. Something strange about it. For calling to dive in, maybe? Huh? Close your eyes, see the souls that you start to make your way towards a giant fish. You grab your sword, hold it close, and point it at the fish. The fish swims at you with haste. As it just gets in range, you thrust your sword into the top of the mouth, sword penetrating as it goes through the forehead. The fish struggles about in pain as the blood filters through the water. You pull the sword out and the fish retreats out of sight. You doubt it will live long. With the fish no longer a threat, you make your way towards the orb. Holding onto it, you feel it vibrate as if there were energy inside, trying to break loose. That must be important. Sweet! Okay, I guess... Continue. Can I now go to the stone pillars? Exactly. Orb. You place the orb into the slot carved into the center of the rock. The stones that surround you begin to glow. The light radiates and grows brighter. With the flashlight, your surroundings change. The ground is no longer grass. The newly discovered floor appears to be very old, as if crafted by somebody long ago. Rubble and stone appear at the edge of the platform, also hint of this ancient place. Looking onward, at the end of the pathway is a fountain of light. There seems to be no beginning or end. An endless power steadily flowing. Let's save. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, so... You are amazed by such a sight. Approach the light. The light intrigues you, and you walk towards it. Rays of light brush about you as if there is seeking a way to break away from its home. You remember that the ring you have found and pointed towards the light. I'm punching the light right now. It looks like it. Your hand trembles as the light flows into it. Before you can think, the ring begins to burn and you stumble back. The light shines brightly from the ring. You notice a subtle warmth to it. As you observe, you feel that you accomplished what you must do here. You pick up the orb. With the orb back in your possession, you walk towards the trail. Alright, let's talk to the unicorn. No? Fuck. I really wanted to talk to the unicorn. Maybe, okay, I'm gonna save. I'll go back to the grave. Let's go to the right. Alright, save. Yeah, what am I doing? Save, yes. Enter. Maybe I can at least go through the fucking front door by now. Enter the tower. You approach the doors, reach it, barriers up. It must be some sort of magic. Fucking dick. Alright, so we are back. We shall fight this creature. Alright, save right here. We'll fight the stone again. We have a whole bunch of like power-ups and whatnot. Hopefully we are able to actually do something about it, like fight it off, like break it. You made it to the top before the stone. Blah 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 blah. Destroy the stone, please. You stretch forth your fist and point the ring at the stone. You can feel a resistance. As if the stone is trying to defend itself, you try to keep hope and focus on the ring. Pew pew! A burst of light shoots out from the ring, penetrating the stone. You feel the very air shake about. The ground beneath your feet begins to vibrate. The ring becomes heavier to hold in place, but you know that this is working. You feel the confidence and sense of joy sweep over you. The light intensifies, nearly blinding you. The ground beneath you shakes violently, as if the tower itself was trying to stop you. With little fear in you, becomes powerless because you focus on your task. Everything goes white, blinding you completely. A weird sensation comes over you. You feel as if as light as a feather. You feel a tingling sensation all over your body as you hone your senses. Am I dead? Oh no. Oh, you open your eyes and witness what is left of the tower. You begin to feel something. Warmth. Light. It is coming back. You lack the strength to talk as the unicorn comes into view. Light emanating from its horn and its head. All you can do is smile as the creature approaches. The light intensifies. You may have saved the lamp, but the unicorn has come to save you. Your adventures do not end here. I know there's other endings. Probably the rest I'd fucking die. I assume one of them is to go to the light without orb as well. Slowly. Yeah, there we go. See? I got it. Alright, and the other one would probably be, you know, power up the ring without the help of the unicorn. Destroy the stone. Let's see. Go to that house. Lay in bed. Someone's fucking playing a game, so I can't see shit. Hey! There we go. So there's 3 more to go, I think. Find your legs. You turn around and see a large, angry face looking back at you. Your jaw drops in horror, no sounds or screams except from your tongue as the tightening gripper squeeze what air is left out of your body. The adventure is here. There we go, see? Alright, so we're back here. Door behind me. It was the door right here, I believe it is. Yeah. There we go. Ah, spider! Before attacks you with nothing to defend you, the spider quickly bites you. Begin to lose feeling in your body. Stop playing games! I need to see my achievements! I don't even know if the recording software picks it up, but people are... There we go. Sam doesn't save you in the story. Okay. And that's the 100% achievement video. Thank you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video.